Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lords of the Night. With me, as always, is the Lord of Pain, Ranting Monkey.
Hello, hello.
And the Lord of Puppies, SDA.
Hi, guys.
And the Lord of Dick, Grayson, Weebo Jones.
What's up, bitches?
And I'm your host, Scribe Light, the Lord of Punishment. How is everyone tonight?
Splendid. How are you?
I'm good. Peachy.
I'm doing pretty good. I had appreciate you guys, holding down the fort while I took the night off last night. I spent.
We did our best.
Yeah, I spent.
We did a fabulous job. Come on, Monkey.
I was watching.
Don't be that way.
You guys had 15 minutes of hamster suicide or not
Teenage
suicide.
Mutant Hamster Turtles.
Well,
Okay,
almost
Scribe was saying something. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that almost from the time I got home until the bottom of the second hour of the stream, I was doing nothing but video work. So I really did take advantage of the extra time to get that arduous video out. But we'll talk about that when we get to YouTube time. But otherwise, and hello, chat. Hope you guys are doing good tonight. I already have 2 super chats from people. Thank you, Point Curation. An ad for the most pleasant and worthwhile purchase you can think of. Okay, thank you.
Guys.
Yes.
It's Zenith's birthday.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
We'll get this other super chat done.
All right, one more. Mr. Baker, in the latest and the greatest of the series. Ad for the one I'm reading now, he says. The Valhalla Prophecy by Andy McDermott. I'm assuming this is something to do with Thor or Odin or something, so...
I feel like it's been
You
like
realize-
10 years since we've seen Zenith around.
Yeah, Zenith
You realize
hasn't been around a while.
you could be a complete dick here, right, and just ruin the end of the book.
Well,
I
no,
wouldn't
I see.
suggest it. I'm just saying.
No. So here's the secret. I look up information on the book and I just sort of pick out the some various very broad details about it. I don't talk about any details at the end or something. Is that I actually have to read the book then, and I haven't actually read the books. So
Oh, I'm sure there's a synopsis somewhere.
yeah, well, that's the thing. I just I sort of get I make a synopsis of the synopsis basically, and try to put my own little flair to it somehow. So.
Anyway, we have a birthday.
Yes, we do.
It's a big birthday. It's Zenith. It's our long lost human calculator. Dude, where you been?
Yeah,
I know, right?
Zenith.
Like, it has been a minute, right?
Oh, HR Puffin Stuff icon man person. Well, are we ready to? Are we all going to sing? What was that? Good.
I'm gonna sing
clearing
for
my throat.
Zenith has been a patron of mine.
All right, everybody.
Months now.
Here we go. Let's get the symphony ready. And a 1. And a 2.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy
Happy birthday.
birthday.
Dear Zenith.
Zenith.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday, Zenith. I hope you
Happy
had a good
birthday,
day.
Zenith. Yes.
Yeah. Ditto.
Minding Freedom says, that's sausage to my ears. I guess that's a German thing.
Kinky.
Basically, Minding Freedom likes oral sex. You like that?
Data Wasteland, what's up?
Yo.
It's
Uh-oh.
Data's birthday.
His birthday too. What?
Do we want to stack them? How do we want to do this?
Hold on real quick. Thank you, tall person. Happy Pizza Pie Day, everybody. What is everyone's single favorite pizza topping? That includes you, chat. Mine is anchovies. Oh, boy.
Anchovies, what the fuck?
Probably
Cheese.
Italian sausage.
Just cheese.
I'm a big fan of sausage too. Scribe.
I know you are, Weebo. I know you
God
are.
damn it, Scribe. Quit
So
being gross.
are Minding Freedom's ears, apparently. So. All right, so Data Wasteland's birthday. gotta get a hairball out of there. Okay. And 1, and a
And
7,
2.
and 2.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Data Wasteland. and
Feliz cumpleaños.
happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Data.
Happy birthday, Dave.
Thank you, Zenith. I'm sorry I've not been around. I've been getting bored with live streams and politics. Oh,
Good thing there's none of that here.
yeah, we don't do any of that.
No worries, Zenith. But it's
Understandable.
good to see
Understandable.
you back around, man. Like, yeah, we miss seeing your
Yeah,
pretty
just
face.
stop in and say hi now and then.
You should have been here the other night. All we talked about was nipple torture for like an hour and a half.
This is true.
That's the best kind of talk.
Yeah.
And last
Thank
night it
you.
was hamster murder, so we try to mix it up a bit.
Thank you, Sir Wolfgang. Is Weebo tired after spanking Boots so hard? Oh, I think
We'll
that's
get
going
to
to be
that
YouTube.
at YouTube time.
Yeah, YouTube. That's YouTube drama time. Okay, well, we have breaking news. This happened like literally just before the stream happened.
Oh shit, what up?
Trump will not declassify the Democratic memo, sends it back to committee. There's some other news that I already queued up based on the title of the stream might indicate, but we'll deal with this first. President Donald Trump won't release the Democratic rebuttal to the Republican intelligence memo alleging FBI abuses of its surveillance authority at this time and has sent it back to the House Intelligence Committee for changes. In a letter to the committee, White House counsel Donald McGahn said, quote, although the president is inclined to declassify the February 5th memorandum because the memorandum contains numerous properly classified and especially sensitive passages, he is unable to do so at this time, unquote. Trump said earlier Friday he planned to release the memo. Quote, it's going to be released soon, Trump told reporters at the White House, adding, we're going to release a letter. The House Intelligence Committee voted unanimously on Monday to release the 10-page Democratic memo, and the committee rules gave Trump 5 days to decide whether to block or allow its release. The memo from Adam Schiff of California, the top Democrat on the committee, was written to rebut the Republican memo released 1 week prior, which accuses the FBI of suppressing Democratic ties to an opposition research dossier on Trump and Russia used in the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act warrant for former blah, blah, blah. Run-on sentence. Jesus Christ, CNN. Is this Chris Cillizza? No, it's it took 2 people to write this. It's not even a page long of text, and it took 2 people to write this. Oh, for fuck's sake. Anyway, that's the story. He won't release the memo right now, as is. Thank you, Mr. Baker. Ad for historical documentary about Liang Ji or Liang Ji. Okay.
Liang Ji.
Liang Ji.
Yeah, just release the damn thing. If there's anything that needs redacted, and let's be honest, there's not going to be, then redact it and just release it. Don't be a dick about it. Come on.
Yeah, take your Sharpie marker to whatever it is and then just send it out. Yeah, so I mean, like, I don't know, there's not much else to say, but that was the breaking news before the stream started. But in other news, as pertains to the title, a lot of people are leaving the Trump administration today, or over the last couple of days. So first we had Porter, or was it Rob Porter? I think it was.
Is this wife beater?
Yeah, the accused wife beater, who was second in command to John Kelly, who is chief of staff. Well, John Kelly apparently has discussed resigning.
Oh.
White House Chief of Staff John Kelly did not formally tender his resignation to President Donald Trump on Friday, but he did make clear that he would resign if the president wanted him to, a source with knowledge of the matter told CNN.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, keep going. I'm sorry.
Talk of Kelly's viability as chief of staff reached a fever pitch on Friday afternoon amid intense scrutiny surrounding the handling of domestic abuse allegations against White House Staff Secretary Rob Porter, who resigned Wednesday while denying the allegations against him. White House Deputy Press Secretary Hogan Gidley, your parents hate you, dude. Holy shit. Hogan Gidley. All right. Adamantly denied that Kelly had offered to resign in any way. Quote, he has not offered to resign, Gidley told CNN Friday. While the source said there was no indication on Friday that Trump would ask Kelly to resign over the matter, another source told CNN's Gloria Borger that Trump has been asking friends and associates over the phone about various potential replacements for the chief of staff position. Those would-be candidates include House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy, Budget Director Mick Mulvaney, and House Freedom Caucus Chairman Mark Meadows. Chief Economic Advisor Gary Cohn and CIA Director Mike Pompeo could also be on the list of potential replacements. A person familiar with the matter told CNN that Trump previously asked confidant and longtime friend Tom Barrack if he would ever consider the chief of staff job, but Barrack declined. The person said Barrack has indicated he's better suited on the outside because of his counsel and relationships in the business world. So Kelly didn't resign, but there's rumblings that he is willing to.
I'm not surprised.
No.
Because, excuse me, he's the one that supposedly knew about this all along and came out and pretended he didn't know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know nothing. Didn't do nothing.
Didn't know nothing. And
then you are incompetent, sir.
Exactly, because with Porter, this came out when he was first nominated for the job or whatever. The FBI did a background check, and these allegations came up. So he what's his name? Kelly would have known.
Yeah,
it would have been known because he was denied security clearance over it. So.
Now, maybe I missed something, but was Trump not made aware of this? Because if the FBI found it out before everything started, why didn't that percolate up to Trump?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, we do have another person who has resigned today. Second White House aide resigns amid past abuse allegations. A second White House official has abruptly resigned following allegations of past domestic abuse. The Washington Post reports that White House speechwriter David Sorensen has resigned after his former wife claimed he was violent and emotionally abusive during their marriage. Sorensen has denied the allegations, asserting that he was the abuse victim in the relationship. Quote, before we were contacted by the media, we learned last night that there were allegations. We immediately confronted the staffer. He denied the allegations and he resigned today, White House Deputy Press Secretary Raj Shah said in a statement reported by a Fox News producer. Sorensen, a former advisor to Maine Governor Paul LePage, joined the Trump administration last year. His reported departure comes 2 days after another aide to President Trump, Rob Porter, resigned as White House staff secretary, blah, blah, blah. So there's two. But wait, there's more.
Wait, but before you go on, is there a new hashtag Me Too for women who are getting beat all the time?
Doesn't that count in Me Too?
I thought Me Too was just sexual.
I think it's stories of abuse and or harassment.
We got some bitches here. Which is
No,
it?
it's all sexual abuse. It's all sexy time gone wrong.
Gotcha.
So
Okay,
like,
well, then we're gonna have to come up with a
domestic.
hashtag.
Punching your wife in the eye wouldn't be a hashtag, right?
No.
That would be me also.
We need a new hashtag, guys.
Me
In the
also.
chat with ideas.
Thank you, Alpha Omega. Love what you are doing. I was drinking a strawberry lemonade. I'm glad you like that.
Oh,
Well,
you remind me. I have
Don't be
alcohol.
a sassy piece of shit when somebody's complimenting you.
Whoa! What the fuck? Jesus. Hashtag me too.
That's not the same. as
Okay.
that.
Let's see. A hashtag. There's got to be a hashtag for domestic abuse already. There has to be.
I don't think
Holy
well, it's
cow.
not me too.
Thank you, Snubbirth. Ad for a Snakes on a Plane type movie, except with hamsters, with emphasis on the hamster to human violence to appease SDA, and if he is willing, ranting monkey shooting off Samuel L. Jackson one-liners and give him a talking rabbit companion named Mashisu. Whoa.
Big ad.
We'll see what we can do.
I'll have to write a script for that one. Thank you, Snub. Let me get that one down for posterity's sake. I'll see if I can cook something up between now and tomorrow night.
Hashtag do the dishes.
Hey, SDA, would you be willing to play the part of Mashisu?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, I will structure it thus.
No, it's unpaid labor. It's fine.
Yeah. Thank you, Point Curation. Lobster Lives Matter hashtag. That's that's for gender roles. I don't know if that accounts for domestic abuse. That might imply something. Jack Cochran says, "Where's my sandwich?"
Data says hashtag didn't fall downstairs.
That's too long.
Holy fuck.
Come on, guys. I know you guys have something good.
All right.
Hashtag beat 2. There we go.
Oh,
We're getting places. We're getting places.
I like it. I
Okay,
like
guys.
it a lot.
Hold your hashtag ideas till we get to chat time. We got to get through all the news and stuff first. We'll get to hashtags later.
Hashtag Scribe just told us to shut up.
That's right.
That's
right.
Watch out for doors. Okay. All right. Hashtag Downs Army. Irate Bear. I don't think. Hi, Irate Bear. By the way. Hi, Daddy. But I don't think that's quite what we're looking for.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So we had another person step down from the Trump administration. Rachel Brand, the third-ranking official at the Justice Department, is stepping down. A source familiar with Brand's plans said she is going to accept a job with Walmart. As a greeter. A second source says she's leaving DOJ because she got a great job. Brand, the Associate Attorney General, who was confirmed last May, has been a prominent Trump administration official working on the reauthorizing of Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. She served under Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, who is currently overseeing Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Russia. Brand previously worked in the administrations of both George W. Bush and Barack Obama as the head of the Justice Department's Office of Legal Policy and a member of an oversight board for privacy and civil liberties. The Justice Department has declined to comment. And then they get a whole bunch of people talking about how awesome she was. When asked if he was considering firing Rosenstein after the memo was released last Friday, Trump said, "You figure that one out." But the White House denied there would be any changes made at the Justice Department later that evening. Apparently, Brand would have been the one to take over if Rosenstein had been fired. That's
interesting timing.
Yeah, especially given her involvement with FISA. And then...
Yeah.
And
Now, I will say this. If she's, depending on where she's going at Walmart, she'll probably make a shit ton more money.
Oh, yes.
If she's going into anywhere in their corporate office, yeah, I would take that job too.
Let's see. I gotta jerk off Irate Bear there real quick.
What? I thought you were supposed to be the Dom in this situation.
Yeah, well, I have an old tradition of saying something to him when I see him, so there you go. All right. So yeah, we have 1, 2, 3. Well, I guess the speechwriter guy is kind of the most insignificant of the three, but still, like 2 major players in the Trump administration just saying goodbye.
Yeah.
And after McCabe just a couple weeks ago.
Well, it's weird that I mean, yeah, technically the girl worked for the chick, the split tail, whatever she is.
Jesus.
But she worked for the other administrations too. It's not like she was put in by him. So
yeah, it's just the timing of all her involvements and potentials that are kind of interesting. Let's see. The last one I had, the headline just caught me, and this might be deep topic thing or something, but I just thought I'd. God. I'm just going to read the headline. You guys, I want to hear your guys' reactions. And this is an opinion piece on CNN, just to full disclosure. What Lady Doritos reveals about the 2018 midterms.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I have no idea either. But I'm curious to know. This is written by Kristen Rowe Finkbeiner.
Finkbeiner?
Finkbeiner. So Kristen Rowe Finkbeiner is executive director and co-founder of MomsRising.org, a nonprofit national organization that supports policies to improve family economic security. She's the author of Keep Marching: How Every Woman Can Change Our World. Okay.
You have a couple super chats if you want to get to those.
Holy cow. Thank you, Sweeper Steven. Chatelet, everyone, and ad for Teenage Mutant Hamster Turtles. Oh boy, the hamsters. I missed the whole hamster thing last night, so this is all I know what the story is about, but I wasn't here for the reveal, so to speak. And thank you, Falcon Millennial. Long time no see. Been out. Whoop, jumped again. Been out of town. Sorry, SDA. The hamster would have drowned. Airport plumbing is very different. Ad for plague that wipes out the human race. Patient zero is SDA on a Delta Airlines flight. Ends with Weebo and Nightwing flying off.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, in a DC-3. Sorry. Okay. Jeez Louise. Okay.
Me gusta.
Me gusta. In a DC-3. Okay. Got that. And okay. So where were we? Lady Doritos. Really? Question mark. PepsiCo floated a supposed trial balloon recently as its CEO posited on the Freakonomics radio show that women don't like to crunch too loudly in public. Suffice it to say, that trial balloon floated for only a moment before it was punctured by women who are tired of being constrained by ridiculous old stereotypes that not only assume women should be quiet, but also play a role in the rampant sexual harassment and pay discrimination women experience each day in our nation.
Honestly, fuck this noise. I want non-crunchy, non-dirty Doritos, and I'm upset that feminists ruined it.
Thank you, Falcon Millennial. Radial Master Race.
Honestly, with the Dorito thing, I don't give a shit either way.
I just love how she's turned Lady Doritos into an indictment against women. Scores of women took to social media, making an immediate mockery of the idea, and soon after, a PepsiCo spokeswoman denied the company was ever even really entertaining the idea in the first place. The company had a crash course in what women already know. We don't need quiet Lady Doritos. We don't need to make less noise in public. We need to make more. We are loud, persistent, and insistent on being heard.
I have a question. So if the idea that the Lady Doritos would be shaped like vaginas were put on the table, would feminists still be as outraged as they are about this?
Well, there's
somebody would. Did everybody go quiet or what?
I just stopped talking. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Did Monkey get cut off?
That's what it sounded like. It sounded like he was saying something and suddenly just clipped out.
No, I stopped so you guys can talk. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay. No, I think that if they were shaped like Dorito vaginas, then it'd be fine. But because they're shaped like Doritos, it's like a whole thing and everybody's mad.
Because, like, men have Dorito-shaped chests if they're, like, super bulky on the top, you know, and they skip leg day or something.
Because toxic.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you got me.
I'm not going to read any more of that because it's just nonsense. I just thought the headline was silly. So that's all the stories I had queued up today. Oh, I guess there was the Olympic stuff, wasn't there? I guess there was an epic handshake apparently. You hear about this?
No.
Let's see where it is. Here it is. All right, hold on. Okay.
Fuck, Terry.
Okay. Terry Diamantis, thank you. A couple of days ago, Monkey said the ads could be for something as simple as a douche, but I don't want to hear an ad for Tonka Saw, so I'll let Weebo pick the ad. Har, har.
All right, give me a minute to think of something real good.
Thank you.
The opinions of
Hold on.
our reviewers don't necessarily reflect the opinions of the people hosting the show.
Right. Okay.
But they might. Go ahead.
But they might, but they not necessarily. All right? All right.
Thank you, Alpha Omega. Movie where SDA sings some 70s guys songs. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me. Oops. I cut into Falcon's ad there with that one. Let's try that again. Okay. Alpha Omega. Okay, and thank you, Sir Wolfgang. Scribe, do you think there are any ethical problems with launching hamsters from a tennis ball launcher? Asking for a friend, thanks. Ethical problems? Are they dead already?
No, they're alive.
Then depends on who you're shooting them at.
Maybe for the hamsters, it's like an amusement park ride. Maybe they'd like it.
Monkey.
What?
Don't be stupid.
Well, speaking of using strange things as weapons that probably won't be very effective, a sister of North Korea's leader shook hands with the South Korean president as representatives of the two countries sat together at the opening of the 2018 Pyeongchang Olympics. Sitting nearby was Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and the head of the United States delegation, Vice President Mike Pence. And apparently they all marched under one flag.
Yeah, that was supposed to be the whole thing.
Yeah. Thank you, Point Curation. Add PSA about not trying to bring hamsters on flights to avoid drowning. Okay. Yeah, I can. Warning to all passengers. Do not bring small furry creatures onto our planes, even if we say you can. Just don't. Okay, let me get that down. And James Colley, thank you. Add Big Brother style show involving Lords of the Night, including Weebo, Satsu, Drunken Uncle, and Irate Bear. Irate Bear.
Irate?
Well, he put 2 R's in there, so that's why I just was being silly. And a Big Brother show with all those weirdos. Okay, I'll give my best shot. At least I'm not in there. Thank God.
You're Lords of the Night, dude.
I'll be the host that observes. Oh God. Here's the real story of what happens when a pineapple and a white
That's real world, dude.
Oh no, it's a Big Brother type show. It was kind of like that. I never watched Big Brother, so. Okay, did we have any other news or news stories to talk about or anything?
Did we do Monkey Dick?
Monkey Dick, Jim Jones movies. Hit that like button.
That's right. Hit that like button and share our stuff. I put out a short little video today that I thought would be pretty catchy for people. So. Okay. Well, shall we go on to MSS News Time then?
Oh, yes.
All right. Let's see. Guys, if you have news... What?
Before we do move on, SDA, was it last night that we read the story about the California assemblywoman who was feeling up people?
I don't think so. I think it might have been the night before.
That's what I thought, but I read the story because I remember commenting on how she looked.
You did.
Yeah, I think I would have remembered that one, but
Yeah, for those of you... Well, anyway, there's an update to that story. She's resigned? Is that what it was?
Well, let me get there real quick before we get there. Guys, if you have news stories you'd like us to read on the air, please send them to us via Twitter using the hashtag MSSNews. Can't promise we'll get to them all, but we'll look at as many as we can. So let me find that one that I posted earlier today. And,
I didn't see you tag that in MSS News. Never mind.
Okay, so apparently this is an update to a story that Monkey read last night, or at least that's the theory. Latest California hashtag #MeToo case spurs confidentiality concerns. Okay. California Assemblywoman Cristina Garcia, a leader of the Me Too movement, took a voluntary unpaid leave of absence Friday amid an investigation into whether she groped a former legislative staff member in 2014. It's the latest claim against a lawmaker to go public, and the way it became public is drawing criticism from the man alleging the misconduct. Daniel Fierro thought his claim would remain confidential when he shared his story last month with his old boss, Assembly Majority Leader Ian Calderon, a Democrat. Calderon followed state legislative protocol and took it to the Assembly's Rules Committee, which investigates claims. Days after Calderon made the report, Fierro said, to his surprise, several journalists and a politically connected acquaintance called him to ask about his claim. Quote, "That is what really disturbed me," Fierro told the Associated Press. "The process is supposed to be confidential, in part so that people feel comfortable they can make complaints." Tom White, chief of staff for Calderon, said neither Calderon nor anyone in his office leaked the complaint alleging Garcia, a Los Angeles area Democrat, groped Fierro in the dugout after a legislative softball game in August 2014. The head of the Rules Committee, Assemblyman Ken Cooley, a Democrat, said the committee keeps all complaints confidential. Obviously not, guys. And they don't really go into how this could have happened. And it goes on for like another couple of pages, but that's, I guess, the the gist. Garcia denied the claims, but took a leave of absence to sort of let things cool off, I guess.
So they're upset that a Democrat got found out for being a nasty hoe. If this was a dude, that part wouldn't even be a story.
Yeah.
All right.
But if it's confidential, but it came out anyway, you guys, there's a leak. I don't know what to tell you. somebody talked.
For the record, there's also another accusation against her.
Oh, was there?
Yes.
Oh, I must have missed it. Well,
no, it's not mentioned in the story you just read, but the one I read.
Oh, okay. What was it?
She just likes grabbing dick. She's like Weebo.
Thank you, number 13. Democrats and confidential. Good joke. Release the memo.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me scroll down a bit to get to. I don't know where you guys left off yesterday. So,
hey, Scribes, check the group chat on the side of the Hangout.
Okay. While you're doing that, Lucky Seven says, "What's all this talk about hamsters?" Okay, here's the short version. A 21-year-old college student from Florida went to get on a plane with her emotional support hamster. She was told she couldn't get on it. She claimed somebody told her she could either let it go or flush it down a toilet. So being the brainchild she was, she decided the humane thing to do would be to flush it down the toilet. There you go. By the way, the hamster's name was Pebbles. Pebbles, we miss you.
Okay, let's see.
I miss Pebbles.
I miss Pebbles too.
Oh, that's too bad. Reg Cathy, the House of Cards and The Wire actor, dies at 59. If you watch House of Cards, he plays, I forget what his character's name is, but he's the guy that owned the rib restaurant that Underwood would keep visiting, and then eventually became like a gardener at the White House and everything. He's a really great actor. That's too bad. 59? Gosh,
he was a really great actor.
Yeah. Well,
he's dead.
His performances are still there, so he's still a great actor.
Well, no, he was, because he's dead.
Maybe he's playing dead, and people he's that good of an actor.
Did they say what it was?
But his heart stopped.
Nope, they don't say. Has died. He was 59. Okay. Yeah, he played Freddy. That was it. Freddy on House of Cards, amongst many other roles. So, okay, what other news do we have? And John Gavin, actor in Psycho and Spartacus, dies at 86. Jesus, just celebrity death day, I guess.
Yeah, but he's 86. That's a little more forgivable.
Oh, I know who that dude is. Oh, wow, yeah. He was a good actor.
Yeah.
The House of Cards one, I don't know the other one.
Okay. A Florida story from senior staff reporter and chief Florida correspondent Colleen Bernier. And somebody's screaming in somebody's background there.
Sorry, that was me.
Florida jail hangs neon vacancy sign.
Okay.
I'll go lock my door so that none of my roommates' friends come in anymore.
Who says law enforcement officers don't have a sense of humor? Anybody arrested, I think. The Flagler County Jail in Florida has been known as the Green Roof Inn, so the sheriff's office decided to make the nickname a little more official by installing 3 signs with the moniker. One sign unveiled Thursday at the complex in Bunnell, Florida, uses classic neon lighting with Green Roof Inn in green capital letters and vacancy flashing in red below. Below the sign is a list of accommodations, highlighting what guests of the jail can expect from their stay, including no privacy, group bathrooms and showers, no meal selection, and free transportation to the courthouse or state prison. Quote, "We have a 1-star rating, and we're working to lower that as I'm speaking." Jesus, says the sheriff. Oh, boy. All right. Let's see. What's next? Okay. This also comes from Colleen Bernier. Professor didn't think Australia was a country and almost failed a student who pushed back.
I'm sorry.
Australia is a continent, not a country, the teacher reportedly said.
It's both.
It's both.
What?
Southern New Hampshire University has fired a professor for a glaring mistake, the school has confirmed. The educator, whose name has been kept private, almost gave a student a failing grade on an assignment because she refused to believe that Australia is a country, despite the student's insistence that it is. The student, Ashley Arnold, a 27-year-old working toward an online sociology degree, approached BuzzFeed after the professor refused to listen to her. Let's see.
Can I just say something about sociology?
Sure.
Approach BuzzFeed.
Yeah, this is the Huffington Post story.
Sorry, sociology is the flaccid inverted mangina of the sciences, because you have your hard sciences, then you have your soft sciences like psychology, and then you have your sociology, which is the inverted manginas. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, James Colley.
Sorry.
Hold on, real quick. Does EEO have any jurisdiction in that slut case? Are you talking about the congresswoman lady or whatever? I don't know. Maybe. Add eulogy for Pebbles. Bonus money if needed for monkey acting. Monkey? What? You want Monkey to read the eulogy? Is that it? I don't know. I don't think there's any bonus money necessary.
Okay. If this is a problem that you're having with your professor, why wouldn't you go to the dean? Why would you go to fucking BuzzFeed? I'm on your side until you're like, BuzzFeed, save me. Now I'm rooting for the professor.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you want quick action on a public level, this is how you operate these days. Quote, we deeply regret the interaction between our professor and our student and have apologized to the student and refunded her for the class, the school told HuffPost. Following an investigation, we have replaced the instructor as we strive to adhere to the highest standards of integrity and accuracy in educating our students. Okay.
This was a sociology teacher?
Yeah, it's Southern New Hampshire University, and it was an online course, apparently.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how there became a big argument about Australia.
Yeah, on a sociology class for a 27-year-old.
I guess maybe the sociology of a prison colony, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
It would certainly be something to study. I'm just saying.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, is this? Okay. Oh, so a few days ago, I read the story about how there was a potential serial killer up in Canada who was like a landscaper who'd buried parts of his victims in different people's yards he was working on.
Yeah.
Quick update. They've apparently found remains of at least 6 people so far.
Ooh.
6 different people, I should say. So,
oh boy.
Yeah, that's from the Jack Cochran, but there's not much to it except that's just the update. Okay, here we go. I read this earlier. Oh, thank you, Snubbirth. So, is Australia a country or even a real place?
Australia doesn't exist.
It's a mythical.
It's like Narnia.
Yeah, you have to walk through a closet to get there.
Everyone go tell Celestial Parsnip that Australia doesn't exist. Watch him explodey.
All right, so the Hate Camel sends us this one. If I'm not losing my voice already. I'm not a career politician. 6 teenagers run for Kansas governor. Okay. In Kansas, there are no minimum age requirements to run, and at 17, Aaron Coleman is one of 6 teenagers who have announced their bids in the last year to become chief executive of the state. Maybe Kansas should think about changing that. Just saying. Now, amid significant interest in their novel candidacies, some state lawmakers are clamoring to reform the eligibility process. Yes. The attention could create a carnival-like note to the race, and some lawmakers are calling for clearer election guidelines. This week, the Kansas House moved a bill out of committee that would require the candidates for governor to fit 2 criteria: to be eligible to vote in the state and to be a state resident for at least 4 years. Sounds reasonable. Yeah, this goes on for quite a while, but that's just Kansas sort of loophole city. I don't know if they'll pass that or if it'll be retroactive ahead of the election, but that's funny. Here's this one.
Well, it's probably not a law in the books just because they haven't had an issue with it yet.
Yeah, although it seems kind of weird they wouldn't have like, minimum age requirements for the chief executive of the state.
Well, I mean, if nobody's, who's young is running anyway, then, a lot of times it's not that it's expressly legal for somebody who's 14 to become governor. It's just that it hasn't been an issue, which is normally how stuff like that happens.
So I spotted this one earlier today, which kind of pissed me off if this is true. California judge must eye earlier parole for sex offenders.
What?
Sacramento, California. California must consider earlier parole for potentially thousands of sex offenders, maybe even those convicted of pimping children, a state judge said Friday.
Why?
Sacramento County Superior Court Judge Alan Sumner preliminarily ordered prison officials to rewrite part of the regulations for Proposition 57. The 2016 ballot measure allows consideration of earlier parole for most state prison inmates, but Governor Jerry Brown promised voters all sex offenders would be excluded. That goes too far, Sumner said, in rejecting Deputy Attorney General Maria Chan's argument that the ballot measure gave state officials broad discretion to exclude any class of offenders whose release might harm public safety. Quote, if the voters had intended to exclude all registered sex offenders from early parole consideration under Proposition 57, they presumably would have done so, Sumner said. He said the scope of exclusions would be narrowed to only those now serving time for a violent sex offense. And he said the Corrections Department must better define what falls into that category. The judge said those who already served their time for a sex crime, even a violent one, are now in prison for a different crime should be eligible for early release. The language in Proposition 57, quote, left way too much wiggle room, unquote, opening the door to Sumner's ruling, said Mark Zahner, chief executive of the California District Attorneys Association that opposed the initiative. Quote, there's a great danger of truly violent people being released early and people who commit, in this case, sex offenses that involve violence being released early. Good job passing a bad bill, guys.
I'm reading this too, so give me a sec. I read slower than you.
No, sure. I have way too much practice now. The governor's office declined comment. Corrections spokeswoman Vicki Waters declined comment until after the judge's ruling is final and would not say if the state will appeal. The ruling Friday could allow earlier parole for more than half the 20,000 sex offenders now serving time, said Janice Bellucci, a Sacramento attorney and president of California Reform Sex Offender Laws. Her lawsuit on behalf of sex offenders argued that the rules conflict with the ballot measure's language and voters' intent in approving Proposition 57. Bellucci argued the measure requires earlier parole consideration for any sex crime not on the state's narrow list of 23 violent felonies, which includes murder, kidnapping, and forcible rape.
Does this is a judge making this decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, he's saying that the measure doesn't allow the kind of restrictions that they're saying it does. And if it doesn't, you can't not follow the law as passed, which is stupid.
You know, if a simple way to fix this law, that would be, is there a difference in, what state is this again?
California.
Okay, is there a difference in, I don't know the law of California, but is there a difference in terms of like aggravated sex offense versus just a regular violent sex offense or whatever? I mean, like an aggravation would be like an age limit or a person's mental capacity. Or
Well, that's what they're arguing now, is whether or not they can actually do that.
I would feel like you could do that. You should definitely think about doing that.
Well, the problem is that it was a voter-passed initiative, which makes it difficult to just revise arbitrarily or outside of the voter process. They'd have to pass a revision or something else because this is the language the voters approved. So if this is the language the voters approved, they can't amend it quickly or necessarily because this is now the law. So does the judge... I mean, the judge is there to enforce the law, not necessarily enforce logic or enforce what should have been made law. So that's the bind he's in. Yeah.
There was a lack of foresight in this. I mean, like,
Yeah.
This is very upsetting.
Yeah. California is just knocking them out of the park lately with their ballot initiatives and measures and things for
0 for 3.
Yeah, AIDS patients and saying pronouns incorrectly and
straws. Don't forget the straws.
Oh yes, too many plastic straws will put you in jail.
What?
Oh yeah, no. If a waiter gives someone an unsolicited plastic straw in a restaurant, they could face $1,000 fine and 6 months in prison.
No, wait. Okay. To be reasonable, they did remove the $1,000 fine.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, good for them. You know, California, if you're listening to me, you can suck my ass.
Whoa.
They haven't passed that one yet. That one's just in the assembly, last I heard.
What, the sucking my ass bill?
Yes, sucking Weebo's ass is just in assembly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I will do one more here because we're coming up on.
Oh yeah, it's getting late.
Time.
Damn.
Let's see, one more. Is this true? Maybe this is true. Is Daily Wire a real news site? I keep forgetting.
Isn't that Ben Shapiro's site?
Maybe it is. Okay. Well, here's a headline from Daily Wire, and this story was brought to us by Aaron Pixley. Dreamers threaten to leave the country if Congress doesn't reach a DACA deal.
Oh no!
I saw that.
Is this real life?
I don't know if that's real. I couldn't confirm it myself, but I laughed so hard when I saw that. Like, oh no, punish us!
All right, we'll do some.
Like, do they? Okay, but if that is real, like, really? You can't fire me. I quit. Okay. You insist.
A group of dreamers, young illegal immigrants fighting to stay in the country following the Trump administration's refusal to extend the DACA program, say they'll leave the country if a deal isn't reached to keep them in the country. And the is in there from the author.
Okay.
Speaking to CNN, one of those dreamers, Alex Velez, said, quote, I will leave America as soon as possible, unquote, claiming that she would prefer to depart the country on her own terms than wait for the United States to collect and deport her. Okay. The theory appears to be that if dreamers suddenly disappear, Americans will notice their absence. No. We won't.
Yeah, because people will stop bitching about them.
Because people who have no documentation will totally be missed on our records.
It's not like dreamers are the ones out there picking fruit. Come on, fuck off.
Thank you. Nope. I think we should let California break away from the U.S., then let the new California rejoin the U.S. It works so well for everyone. I'm waiting for the earthquake that sort of separates it off and turns it into its own like island off somewhere. Let's see. The problem is, for the Velez sisters, striking against the United States for refusing to accommodate them isn't a plan that will likely pay off. The pair are undocumented citizens, excuse me, brought over by their parents from Venezuela, and the situation in their home country is less than ideal. The United States Congress may be taking its time renewing the DACA Act, but Venezuela is currently crumbling under a dictator. So the theory that they'd return to a more awesome place to show President Trump what he's missing might not pan out.
I just can't wait for the Splinter stories about these poor kids who deport themselves.
I am rubbing my hands in anticipation of that. I cannot wait. I've been holding off from doing Splinter stuff the last several days because some of the stuff they posted isn't really. Like one story they posted, I kind of didn't have a problem with. It was about some lady who was being nice to people who were leaving America to go to Canada because they were not happy with Trump's Muslim ban and his immigration policies. And even though they were in America legally, they would rather be arrested to go to Canada where they can be held for long enough for their legal process to go through, which can take years. And so this lady was just going to the border to sort of like give them water and be a nice person to them, even though they were making some weird decisions. And I was like, that's the first Splinter story I've seen in a while that that's actually kind of touching, that lady doing that for them, even though they're making a very odd decision for themselves. Anyway, thank you for the news stories, guys. Obviously can't always get to them all because boy, we get caught on some of them and they just won't go away. So YouTube time. SDA, what are you up to?
I didn't do anything today.
Okay. Any book clubs or anything coming up?
Nope.
Okay. Weebo, what have you been up to?
A great deal of shenanigans, scribbles. Let me tell you, I finished editing a video early this week, so it's gonna be going live Sunday morning at some point. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's basically about that new Nefertiti bust that was released, I think, on Wednesday, and how Twitter went absolutely batshit insane because the bust wasn't dark enough.
Mm-hmm.
But basically the simple premise is, one, they don't know anything about Nefertiti in order to make that claim. We haven't even found her remains. So there is not an ounce of evidence that states that she couldn't have been as light as she was. Two, the actual bust that they recreated is based on the original bust of either equal lighter or like a little bit darker in some shady parts skin color. So it's kind of ridiculous to suggest that they just whitewashed Nefertiti in that sense. So I made an entire video about it. And then earlier, right before this stream, actually, I was on stream with Sinatra, and I think his name was like Bunny Boots something.
Is this YouTube drama?
This is
Well, kind of, but it's also what she's done recently.
Well,
so
okay, all right.
It depends on how she wants to.
Okay, all right. That's fine. Go ahead.
Should I put it in YouTube drama or should I put it in like
Scribe in his damn format?
I know. I'm a stickler for the format. What can I tell you? It keeps the world sane.
It's your choice on this, Weebo. You can
go
say
ahead,
it for
Weebo. Whatever you want to do, it's fine.
Oh well, I'm involved in like 2 other YouTube dramas, so I guess this will count as YouTube time. So I got into a debate, SmackDown debate, not SmackDown, but I smacked him down. Let's be honest, I won that. A debate with another guy who's essentially a diet version of a sovereign citizen. So he goes around and he films cops.
Oh, yes, I've seen those guys.
Yeah, but he does it on purpose. So that's like his job, and he reads the law, and he's essentially a police officer of police officers, where he makes sure that they're following the law. But
is he with Cop Watch by any chance?
I have no idea. Essentially, It's like entrapment for cops. So he tests them to make sure that they know what their job is and what they're doing and that they're following the letter of the law and whatever. He had made a claim on the Kumite a few days ago. And he said what he'd said that I took issue with because it's obviously kind of bullshit. He said that officer jobs are pretty safe, which is bullshit if you actually know the statistics. And ranking nationally, especially I think it was 2016, police officer law enforcement was like the 6th deadliest job, like had the 6th highest mortality rate of all other professions. The top, I believe, at 700 and something was truckers, but I mean that's to be expected with truckers and stuff. So we had a long conversation. That chick Foxy from the Kumite jumped in and she was talking to him. She kind of derailed the conversation a little bit, but that was fine. And she was kind of bitching at him about going onto federal property or next to federal property with a camera and not expecting to get a little bit approached or whatever. It was a very interesting conversation. The chat apparently said I win, so I'm going to take the chat's word for it because I definitely did.
Cool.
And he conceded to my point, essentially. Near the end of it, he said, okay, so law enforcement is dangerous, but it's not necessarily as dangerous as these other ones. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not saying that it's not as dangerous as these other ones, but I'm saying it is dangerous. It's the 6th most dangerous in the country, according to this graph that I presented you on the screen right here. So yeah, that was my fun little Tiffy/YouTube thing today.
Cool. Guys, if you are interested in sovereign citizen stuff, because I don't think Weebo knew about, I recall that I like mentioned it one time and you had no idea what I was talking about. Have you become educated on these guys in the meantime?
I have become educated on them, and I asked because I was on internship when you asked me about it, and I asked the officers that I went on internship with, and we can talk about this not in the middle of like YouTube time. We can talk about it like deep topic time or whatever. But yeah, I know I have talked with officers about it, so I'm more educated on the subject. Yeah.
So guys, if you have any curiosity about what sovereign citizens are, I recommend a YouTube channel called Talisman Metaphor. Talisman metaphor, 2 words. Although I think now he's called himself Talisman World, but I think either one will get you there. He does these epic compilations of clips of sovereign citizen activity, either them filming cops or news stories about them, and he just has hours and hours of these things, and some can be tedious, some are hilarious. It's all very interesting though. So if you have any interest in that at all, I'd be curious about it, because it's a very, very disturbing, funny, and dangerous subculture. I'll just say that. Monkey, what have you been up to?
I watched the little one today. I haven't worked on anything since the Black Panther video, but I will be streaming with Satsu here in just over an hour if he wakes his ass up. He was streaming at about 6, 7 o'clock, and he looked really, really, really tired. So hopefully we will be streaming here at 11.
Any Grand Monkey stories today?
There was a great moment. I was downstairs. Lady Monkey was sick today, so she stayed home, and she was upstairs with Little Butt, but I'm sitting down here, and I hear, "Grandpa!" And I yelled up, "What?" She goes, "Come here." You know what? Do you want to say please? And she goes, "No." Okay. So I went upstairs, because that's what I do for her.
Yay. Thank you, Nope Nope. Is Weebo tall enough to be a cop? I suppose so. Are you?
There's no height limitations on being a cop.
There
are height limitations.
Disturbing.
Okay, so there are no height limitations on being a cop within the civilian capacity, but there are limitations on being a military police officer, which I found out the hard way in the middle of the recruiting room when I was nearly sent off to boot camp. So that's why I didn't go into the Marines.
Thank you, Point Curation. Sovereign citizens are like nation-stateless Florida man. That's not too far from the mark, Point. It's true. Thank you, Falcon Millennial. Sovereign citizens are fucking assholes. Well,
and that's right on the mark.
Yeah, that is right on the mark. Yeah. Watch any of those videos. Let's see. My sister keeps texting me. Stop it.
Just put her on mute.
I love you, but not right now.
So
yes.
I'm sorry. If you had something to say about sovereign citizens, go ahead and do that, because I have a question for Weebo.
Oh, no, I didn't have anything else to say.
Oh, Weebo, there's no height requirement on cops, so like a midget could be a cop?
Theoretically, yeah. I mean, you'd have to pass all the physical requirements, but yeah.
That's probably the breaker right there.
Okay, I was just curious.
If you can pass all of the physical requirements, and actually it would be a lot easier if you were a midget to pass the physical requirements, because depending on if you're a girl or a boy, you have to bench press a certain percentage of your weight in order to qualify. So if you're a midget, that's a little bit less weight.
Midgets are heavy. They're like concentrated.
Well, I wouldn't know. Concentrated.
Add water and they grow.
My dad said.
That's what they do. Let's see. Well, I spent yesterday mostly making a video, which was a new TEDx talk. I think it was Priestess of Keck who posted a comment saying, you know, you could have saved us all the trouble and just made a 2-minute video with her saying the thing and you saying she never says what she means by that, and saved us all this time because it was torture. And I said, well, the whole point of this is for you to join me on this journey of exploration as we try to get to the point of what she's saying and finding there is none, which in itself is a revelation.
Yeah, I mean, if Scribe had to watch that entire video and then rewatch it to edit it and then rewatch it to script it, and then, you know, you guys have to as well.
Yeah, it was, well, you see, because it was a term I hadn't heard before. She said there's a diversity debt that companies that do things that are ostensibly tone deaf in the terms of gender and or race or in their hiring practices or something create diversity debt. And I didn't know if this was some new up and coming buzzword for something. So that's what I was really curious about, because, you know, I'm always curious to see if I can find these things before they become popular, so I can sort of see how they germinate and how they genesis. So I'd never heard of the term before. So I was really honestly curious to get to the point of how she was going to quantify how debt is created out of diversity. She never does. The closest she comes to is saying that there's $16 billion in costs generated due to diversity debt problems. And she cites a study, which I then went and found, which is the only study of its kind, which postulates that if someone voluntarily leaves their job due to what they perceive as an unfair situation at their work, the cost to replace them thus becomes a deficit to the company on the basis of their diversity problem. And
the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know, but they surveyed 2,000 people, and of those 2,000 people, 37%, 2,000 people who left their tech jobs voluntarily, and my sister is bugging me again, and somehow 37% of those 2,000 people were then extrapolated out to represent enough workers in the tech workforce that the replacement costs for this hypothetical number of people per year equals $16 billion. And that means, as far as our speaker is concerned, the debt created by diversity problems in companies, which she offers herself up as a consultant to solve, of course.
So people leave their job willingly.
Yes.
And this causes a diversity debt of billions of dollars a year.
Based on what the person leaving says is unfair, or says that they left because of unfair practices or quote unquote mistreatment at the company. Now, how you quantify that and how that isn't just a subjective assessment of things, I don't know. But at least 63% of those surveyed didn't say that they left because of any reason such as that. So apparently they're not included in that diversity debt because they weren't part of it. And if you actually look at the chart they put up there, the largest percentage of people that left voluntarily due to unfair treatment were white people, which is interesting. I mean, she never touches on race really in her talk, save to say that Snapchat's Asian and Bob Marley filters created diversity debt by them releasing them and then quickly removing them after there was complaints. And so I put up like Snapchat's stock price. No, it's like,
Okay.
Anyway. So anyway, it was sort of a mental exercise if nothing else, because I was really curious to see if she'd go anywhere, and she didn't, but it was fine. Spoiler alert. But then today, as I was at work, I caught a video. Mike.com posted a video, and Mike.com hasn't been very active lately. So when they do post something, I take notice. And today they posted something on Black Panther. A very brief, little, like 2-minute thing. And as I watched it, I thought of ways that I could make a video out of this. And the more I thought about it, I was like, I don't need to say a word. I just need to do what I haven't done in a long time and make a scriptless video and just sort of put in inserts and such to sort of make my point for me. So I did that. It's about 3.5 minutes long. I thought it was kind of funny, but it was just a little fun video I did because I just about everybody and their brother has already said everything that needs to be said about the whole Black Panther controversy so far. So I didn't really think I had anything else to add to it except to mock this little video they put out. So that's there too if people want to watch that. And that is what I have been up to. And then tomorrow I will be having ads ready, and that is my YouTube stuff. I don't have any drama.
Weebo went away.
Oh, Weebo went away.
She said she had 2 drama things.
Oh, okay. Well,
she says sorry. She'll be back in a second, I assume.
Okay.
I don't have any drama. I mean, other than the fact that somebody tried to make me drama, but
sorry,
I think I avoided it.
He has friends that like to barge into our room whenever they please, and it kind of pisses me off a little bit, so I had to mute myself. Okay.
Thank you. Nope. Better say a word or get sued like Sargon. Oh no, the whole video is chopped up. It's all over the place, so there's no mistaking it for the original content, and good chunks of it are cut out because they're irrelevant to the points I was making. So
nice.
Don't worry.
Drama time?
Yeah, go for it.
So you want me to go first?
I think you're the only one who's got some, unless Monkey's got something hiding that I don't know about.
Monkey, you don't have anything?
Me? Drama? Never.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so there's been some shenanigans going down on the Discord machine.
Uh-oh.
I've been alerted to some pretty shitty bullying by one cuck and his queen. If you've seen my diss track part 2, you will know exactly who I'm talking about.
Let's just say there's an emotional connection there.
Oh no.
Essentially what they're doing is they're bullying one well, I don't want to say his name because I don't want him to be like taken under scrutiny, but I've been alerted to this bullying, and I have taken steps to inhibit this bullying that has been going on. So I've essentially any infinity links that are out there to my Discord have been revoked.
I have no idea what's going on.
So there are a few people out there who have decided that they want to invade Discord servers and essentially do what whiny bitch troll hoes with too much free time on their hand do. And they've, as far as I know, they've been following this one YouTuber around from Discord to Discord, and he's had to leave various Discords.
Real quick, thank you, Snubberth. Drama Time, aka Lords of the Night versus Kumite, if you say so. And thank you to Wheel Channel, a donation and no comment, but thank you.
Nice.
Are we allowed to say names? Because I'm puzzled.
Okay, so there's actually a video out there that I sent Monkey. Monkey, you saw it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't want to put the guy's name out there because he's kind of...
Put it in the group chat then. I don't know.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, just send it to me. Like somebody give me context because I'm so confused.
So the guy is he's kind of sensitive, right? And he's got some issues. Let's just say that. I don't want to speak too much about him, but he's being bullied by Liz and Zeph. And I feel for him. I feel for the kid because no one deserves that kind of targeted harassment. And I've actually seen the targeted harassment. There's a YouTube video out there. They posted it to Pornhub. It's honestly, it's kind of shitty of them to do. So I revoked my Discord link so that they couldn't get into my Discord, just so that wouldn't be an issue for the YouTuber, because he is in my Discord and I don't want that kind of bullshit on my Discord server. And I'm kind of advising everyone else to do the same and only hand out your Discord server links to people that you know with like an expiration date or whatever. Just because that's kind of the best course of action. There have been rumors going around out there that they have been going onto Discords and kind of harassing this YouTuber. So I don't have proof myself. I don't have screenshots, but I have heard from at least 3 different people that this has been the case. So I'm inclined to believe it, but I do take it with a grain of salt. But I have seen a specific video and I have sent it to Monkey, and it pissed me off. Let's just say that.
Okay.
I feel shitty because I haven't been saying a lot, but
yeah, well, I mean, if it's all half stories and no point in getting into details if there's not any details to give right now. So
no, there are details. I just don't want this
I know.
to get targeted even
yes.
more than he is already.
I understand, which is so okay.
And then there's this one guy on Twitter, the Bruni kid from yesterday that was on your chat.
Fucking Bruni, yeah.
He tagged, because he saw my stream with Sinatra, and he tagged me, and he's been kind of all over this argument about how we should hold cops to a higher standard, and something about law enforcement officers having like they have, how they have body armor and that it should be able to stop all these bullets, so they should be okay with getting shot at or whatever. I don't know if that's the actual like argument that he's trying to make, but it sounds like it is. You can see it on my Twitter. It's in my replies and stuff. It's right there. It's He's kind of annoying me a little bit, actually. Is he a troll? I can't tell.
I don't know if he's a troll or he's special.
Let's see. Well, there was something today that I saw that is, I guess it's kind of YouTube drama, but and this Fernanda, one of our viewers, passed this video on to me. But Casey Neistat put out a notice today saying that next Monday he's going to post a no holds barred, no topics apparently withheld. Interview with the head of PR for YouTube regarding a range of topics from the Logan Paul response to monetization to just about anything. He didn't rightly give details on what he asked, but he took advice from journalist friends of his, from other YouTube content creators that he knows, and this guy sat down for a yeah. I mean, he says on his video, he asked them before the interview started, before the camera was turned on, is there anything that I shouldn't even bother to ask because you won't talk about it? And they said, ask whatever you want. So that's coming Monday. I don't know what it's going to turn out to be, but apparently that's the big deal. And I don't usually, I've never watched Casey Neistat videos, so I don't really care about what he does, but that will be an interesting thing to watch when it does come out.
Alrighty.
Otherwise, do we have a deep topic?
Real quick, for anybody who's waiting for me to talk about drama, I've been having fun. If you want to see it, you can go read my Twitter. That's where I was having fun. And that's where it'll stay.
Okay. Yeah, Monkey's Twitter is the home of his drama most times. It's
where I have fun. I like poking people who get offended easily.
I forget who it was, but somebody posted something the other day saying, maybe this relates to your Twitter drama. I haven't been following it per se, but somebody said, it doesn't even sound like you've ever watched Kumite the way you talk about it. And I was like, Monkey was on Kumite. I can't find the episode. I don't know if it got like deleted or something, but it was at the time.
I've watched, and I still watch from time to time when a drama thing comes up and I need context. I'll go over there and listen to the part that I need to, and then I move on.
There you go.
If you don't like it,
oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, if you don't like it, obviously you haven't watched it.
Thank you, Cryptic.
And
Fact,
I still like it.
Jesus was a black man. He never saw his father. Oh,
that's messed up.
Oh, that's low.
Black people don't have dads.
Oh my God.
Wasn't there? Can't you get like kicked out of college for that these days?
I don't know.
Well, we had that story where there was it tennis where the guy said to the black player, "At least I know my dad."
Oh yeah,
I saw that.
He was trash talking the guy and he got like expelled or whatever.
Yeah,
or kicked off the team. Yeah,
people are so sensitive these days.
So any deep topics or such?
Weebo, weren't you talking about a deep topic a little bit ago?
Oh yeah, sovereign citizens and such.
Yes. Did you want to ask me a question about that?
1 second. James Colley, thank you. Snatch is always a deep topic. Sorry, have always wanted to say that. I love that movie. I love that movie. Oh.
So that is not true? We have SDA in the house?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
I thought about saying that when you asked for a deep topic. I was like, vagina.
Unfortunately, Altair cannot safely jump into SDA's Snatch.
Aww.
Aww.
Yeah. Aww, I guess.
Yeah. Haystacks and such. So
there's no haystacks down there. Sorry.
Oh boy.
Yeah, just Afro. So when you asked your if you can say, I don't know if there's anything confidential, but when you asked your police colleagues about sovereign citizens, what did they have to tell you?
So I asked them, specifically the question that I asked them was, how exactly do you handle situations with sovereign citizens? And the answer that I got back was actually very satisfactory. The officer I asked told me that you treat them just like they are any other citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Simply that, because they are any other citizen. They're just being a little bit more difficult, maybe, than your average, traffic stop is. But I mean, if you go on a domestic dispute with some crazy bitch lady who's got like one shoe on, one shoe off, a parakeet on her head, and fucking, I don't know, an ex-husband in the household calling her a fake lesbian. There are certain degrees of crazy that you have to deal with, and sovereign citizens are just another one of them. But you treat them like they are, a human. You treat them like they're a person, and you try to deal with them as patiently as possible. And you try to de-escalate the situation. Don't don't do anything that would put you in danger, them in danger, or anyone in the immediate vicinity in danger. And if they do, like, escalate things, then they escalate things, and you have to act accordingly, as you would with any other citizen.
Yeah, Mining Freedom's asking, what is a sovereign citizen? Well, this is the shortest version I can give you. A sovereign citizen, and there are various types of various beliefs, but essentially they believe that they are an independent entity, not bound by the laws of the United States, but instead bound by, again, various iterations of common law or law of nature or all types of things. They call themselves free men on the land, sovereign citizens. There are what are they? The Moorish. Oh yeah, Moorish Americans. Moorish Americans are also sort of in the sovereign citizens orbit, in the sense that they believe that they are a nation of peoples separate from the United States, because Black people originate from Morocco, therefore they are representatives of a different nation, therefore they have diplomatic immunity. And I'm not too far off the mark in how I'm framing all of that. The most common thing you'll see on at least the sovereign citizen videos is that someone will be stopped in a traffic stop for speeding or for not having an actual license plate on their car. And they will be arguing with the officer that, they'll say you're driving without a license, or you're driving without a license plate or something. And they'll say, I'm not driving, officer. I'm not operating as a commercial entity. I'm traveling, and I am free to travel without restriction because of the Constitution. Look up Black's Law, blah, 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 blah.
No, don't they adhere to maritime laws? I think they cite maritime law.
Yeah, some do claim that that courts are under the Admiralty or under maritime law, and they'll cite this stuff as though that makes a court invalid to be prosecuting them or to hold them to account for the laws that they've broken or something else.
They're essentially armchair lawyers, and they're really bad at it.
They really love quoting Black's Law Dictionary in regards to what defines traveling versus driving. And if I actually looked this up in Black Law's dictionary just because I was really curious as to what the hell they're talking about. If you don't account for the changes in language and the archaic use of certain words when that thing was written, you could, I suppose, make the argument that there's a difference between traveling and driving, except only an idiot would, and that's pretty much where sovereign citizens fall onto. So yeah, but there are some sovereign citizens who are very dangerous. There have been several police shootings and even a couple of police deaths at the hands of people who fervently believe that they are not bound by the laws of the state and are only accountable, if any, to anyone, to the sheriff as the only real authority in any particular jurisdiction. And they've got all these buzzwords and things like, do you claim jurisdiction, or you're operating under color of law, and all these other things that are supposed, like magic words that are supposed to like get them out of being liable for following the laws of the state or the country. It's very strange. And again, if you go to that Talisman World or Talisman Metaphor YouTube channel, you'll be given a real quick education, a crash course in just how nutso some of these guys can get. So I find it fascinating. I don't know what to tell you. I just find it amazing.
They're pretty hilarious to watch on camera, and usually, isn't it them that kind of escalates the situation more than the cops do?
Well, it comes down to a matter of pragmatism in a lot of the situations that I've seen where, the person is in the car, they don't have a license, or they're not willing to present their identification, let's say. The cop is asking for it, and the person says, well, am I free to go? And they're like, no, you're not free to go. It's like, well, I'm under arrest while you're being detained. What's the difference? Back and forth, back and forth.
Jesus.
So at some point, if the person isn't willing to identify themselves, which is usually the main crux of argument, and the cops can't let them drive off without verifying that A, they have a license, B, that this car is actually owned by them, etc., the cops really only have one option, and that is to arrest the person And if they're not willing to get themselves out of their car, then the cops, a lot of the time, have to break the window and force them out. And so there's a lot of videos of that where you just see it go back and forth in this tennis match of rhetoric until the point at which the cops are like, you can't sit by the side of the road forever. You're not identifying yourself. Open the door or we'll bust it in. And
that's actually a Class C misdemeanor if you don't provide a certain degree of identifying information. Actually, I'm looking at it right now. Adam Starr versus State of Indiana. It's a Class C misdemeanor if you don't either provide a name, address, and date of birth or a driver's license.
Right. And the oftentimes the response to that will be something to the effect of like, I have a right to remain silent and not identify myself. And they're like, no, I'm giving you a lawful order to identify yourself. And they'll say that they don't have to, or whatever. And so that's it. Kind of anything the cops say is true, they will have some kind of counterpoint. And if you listen to them just in the absence of any basic knowledge of the law, you might even think that they're sounding reasonable, like they're talking like they're a lawyer or something, like they know some, laws or something. What was it? In Britain, the ones in Britain, you'll often hear them say something to the effect of, what you're citing me is a ordinance, not a law. Or somehow that makes it like not official or not enforceable. Or something.
Yeah, village ordinances and township ordinances, they are still enforceable.
Right.
That doesn't mean anything. You can still be fined.
Or it's like you have to abide by the Highway Traffic Act. I think it's either in Canada or the UK or something, the Highway Traffic Act. And they say that's an act, not a law, as though that, it means something different. So, yeah, no, I mean, anything you could think of that a reasonable person would have to just abide by because of traffic laws or anything else, they will have an answer for that is a no, I don't have to. The other really weird branch of these guys is the ones that will commit what is called paper terrorism. And what this involves is effectively filing paperwork in such a way as to claim ownership over someone else's house and then go and live in that house and essentially claim it. And there are crazy, crazy cases where the amount of paperwork and the amount of forms filed and liens placed, etc., are so massive and have to be answered by the laws of the jurisdictions that some people have been able to live in someone else's home. Like they didn't pay any money for it. They just decided to walk in one day and claim it as theirs because of some paperwork they filed down at the county recorder's office. And people who have been essentially evicted from their own homes by a complete stranger, and the cops legally have their hands tied. And I'm not even kidding. There are plenty of stories like this, and it's crazy, but it's true. And so that's another one that these guys kind of pull sometimes.
Wait, so like, is it actually called paper terrorism, or is it?
That's the phrase that's been used a lot of the time in the news stories and such. Yeah, because they flood the authorities with so many claims and liens and paperwork and lawsuits and such that in the time it takes to actually process through all of those, because they're bound to go through these by the law, it effectively pushes someone out of their home, and they use the system to basically make someone a homeless person for no reason other than they like their house and they can just kind of take it.
That's such bullshit.
It is. It's amazing too. It's amazing that's and there's lots of people trying to change the laws, but it's so,
it's the legal system.
Yeah. Thank you, Cryptic. Why is women hockey a dangerous sport? 12 women, 3 periods each. Oh,
that's scary.
That's just bad. Hi, Satsu. So Satsu's awake, apparently. Monkey.
Yeah, I was just talking to him. He said, he wasn't even awake alive during that stream earlier. You didn't look it, but I was actually worried about your health.
Why is he losing so much sleep? What's wrong with Satsu?
Squishy probably working his ass.
Uh-oh. Satsu.
She got needs.
Satsu, you got to put your foot down. But not White House kind. Just don't do it that way.
Huh?
Hashtag Satsu 2 cents.
Oh my god.
There we go. That's the hashtag. Hashtag.
Put your foot down, not your hand down.
Yeah. Hashtag beat2. Is it BEET or is it BEAT?
BEAT. We're not talking about the vegetable here.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, we did have a question about black women's asses last night. And Satsu has answered for us. Whether it's all muscle or it's fat, it depends, apparently. So there you go.
Let's see. We're pretty much at the bottom of the hour, guys, so we'll give it to chat time. Chat, if you have questions, comments, conspiracy theories, complaints, hashtag domestic violence suggestions.
What?
Well, we're trying.
No. Suggestions for the domestic violence hashtag.
Oh, okay.
Let's say that properly.
All right. Well, yes, that is the better way to construct that sentence. Sorry. So yes, if you have a hashtag idea for something that is a Me Too-esque type thing, but in regards to a domestic violence, give us your ideas there too.
That sounded like you wanted them to give us ideas for beating women.
No. Well, I have plenty of ideas for beating women in a consensual way. Thank you, Ducky S. Or thank you, Ducky S. for the question, I should say. Did you see the video of Cat Black talking about anal fisting? I missed that one.
No.
I missed that one. I don't have plans to go watch it. Did anybody else here see a Cat Black video on anal fisting?
I'm sorry, what?
No, I
say
didn't.
Have my attention.
That's avoided.
Yeah. Cat Black butt punching someone is not something I really want to know.
Or being butt punched.
Jenna P says, my niece's 16th birthday is today. Will you guys sing for her? Does your niece have a name Mila or Mila? Mila? You guys want to sing to Mila?
I will sing to Mila. Let us know how to say it.
Thank you, James Colley. Why is PMS called PMS? Because Mad Cow was taken. Oh.
Yahoo.
Bye, Lady Monkey.
Good night.
She's just crawling out of bed for a moment.
Oh, she's crawling out. Oh, is she okay?
She's not feeling well today.
Oh, no. Lady Monkey. Let's see.
Why does she have 3 channels?
Who?
Cat Black. I'm looking for this butt punching video and I don't see it.
It's Mila. So Mila.
Okay.
All right. Ready, guys? And a 1.
I'm ready.
And a 3. And a 7. And a 2.
Happy birthday.
To
you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Dear Mila.
Dear Mila.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
to
you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Let's see. Faith is abdication of reason. Hashtag she was asking for it. Oh,
Nice.
Should I order a pizza?
Should you?
Yes.
Can you make it a moral question? Is it right to order a pizza?
Yes, it is, especially with extra meat on it.
Devil Fruit Zero says Lady Monkey is ill. Get better, Lady Monkey. Yes, we hope so too. Backscan says, "Why? I wonder why Lady Monkey feels sick. Well, she's probably got carpal tunnel from twisting too much."
Mm-hmm.
Bloodwing says, "Scribe Light, have you
probably
seen?"
sinuses. The weather's been horrible, up and down, and it's bad. So,
Bloodwing wants to know if I've been watching Altered Carbon. I'm actually on episode 9, I think, or I'm going to start episode 9 tonight.
I'm like almost done episode 1. I like it so far.
It's interesting. It's definitely cyberpunk. It kind of meanders a little bit in the plot thing, but then it is based on a book, I believe, or a book series. I really like Joel Kinnaman, who plays the lead guy. The lady who plays the wife of the really rich guy, I won't give away too much of the plot. She and Joel Kinnaman were both in the show The Killing years ago. So it was kind of cool to see them sort of playing off each other again. Thank you, James Colley. Why is a roach clip called roach clip? Because potholder was taken. Har.
Well played.
Let's see. Oh, Backscan says I was making fun of your singing, ranting monkey. So that's what made Lady Monkey ill. Your singing.
Oh, I got it. She likes our singing.
Let's see. Never cut a short woman short, says Biting Chicken. Yeah, well, I guess Weebo might know about that.
Hey, what?
Nothing. I don't know. They said it, not me. Angry Introvert says, hashtag you made me do it. I was thinking hashtag she walked into a door. I hear that sometimes.
That is like it doesn't work as a hashtag. I don't like it. Beat 2 makes sense. Not it needs to be something like quick and snappy.
Mining Freedom says, guys, look up the Bleelfeld conspiracy. Okay, maybe later.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Because why not?
Oh, there you go. Hashtag why not? Oh. Jack Hawker says, pants are patriarchy. Drop them to fight the man.
I agree with that sentiment.
Really?
Skirts are
That's how you
patriarchy. Flip them
Yes.
up to flip them off. Or flip them off? Yeah. Let's see. Harvest Marvos says, since according to Columbia University, superhuman strength is now possible, what would you guys do with actual super strength? Like in a utility sense? I don't know. I don't do a lot of manual labor, so I don't know. I don't have an answer. You guys have any answers?
No, I'm good.
Let's see. Data Wasteland says, correction, the NISTAT interview with the white YouTube second in command under Susan. Oh, okay.
Oh, real quick, to answer that, I have no strength now, so I wouldn't even know what to do with super strength.
Thank you, Cryptic. Why don't Jews eat pussy? Too close to the gas chamber. Oh, God. Jack Hockert says, with super strength, seal mayo jars for SDA.
Oh, he's trying to keep you safe.
Yes.
Oh,
very
how
nice.
sweet.
Jack Gunsky says, she's so clumsy, ain't she?
What?
Jack Gunsky says, hashtag she's so clumsy, ain't she?
Oh, that's mean.
Just so clumsy.
Mining
That's
Freedom
all we
says,
need.
hashtag
Your Honor, she
Burger.
fell into the cabinet. That's how she got the black eye.
Let's see. Michael Caruza, Scribe Light, did you see that Old Spice made up a new D&D class called the Gentleman? No, I must have missed that one. Let's see. Data Wasteland says, a very big YouTuber comedian, David Dobrik, with 6 million subscribers, is a DACA dreamer kid. Okay.
Apparently, that conspiracy is a satire of conspiracy theories that originated in 1993 in the German Usenet, which claims that the city of Bielefeld, whatever it is, Germany, does not actually exist, but is an illusion propagated by various forces.
Ooh.
Oh no, not David. I know who David is.
Who's David?
The
He's
comedian?
Liza Koshy's boyfriend person.
Yeah, why are we talking about David?
Because he's a
Because
dreamer.
he's gonna get deported.
He's a DACA dreamer kid who
I was like, I recognize that name, but I couldn't place it, and now I remember where he's from.
I wonder if he's going to self-deport if in protest.
Not if he marries Liza first.
Who's Liza?
His girlfriend. She's also a YouTuber. She's like she's like the darling child of YouTube. She was. You remember the YouTube Rewind video?
Yes.
Vaguely.
Did you watch it?
No. I remember they were doing it. I never watched it.
Okay, well, in the
I watched it.
First couple seconds of the video, you get 2 females right there. One of them is Liza Koshy, and that's her boyfriend.
Okay.
I don't know why I know this.
Well, maybe she can move to Mexico.
Is he Mexican? Because Dobrik doesn't sound.
No, he's white as fuck.
David Dobrik, yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking at a picture of an edible anus.
Yeah, I saw.
Oh God, I saw that.
Yeah, we talked about those a long time ago. I remember we read one of the stories on the air about the chocolate assholes.
They're so tight.
Yeah, they are.
They're so puppets.
Oh, Jack Cochran says, if you beat your wife, do you call the Maytag man? He's supposed to fix dishwashers.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's see. Stop watching. Okay. Yeah, yuck. Yuck.
Jeez, ew.
Let's see. Backscan says, Scribe, like Google Harvey Dent Social Security. He's the reason so many. Hello?
Nearly 20 years.
Hello?
What are you watching, woman?
Sorry, something just popped up when I clicked on the edible anuses.
You clicked on the edible anuses?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I wanted to.
Let's see. Backscan says Google Harvey Dent Social Security. He's the reason so many people think they can use their Social Security number as a secret account. Oh yeah, there's a I forget what the phrase is, but there's also an aspect of a sovereign citizen that says that when you're born, a secret account is opened in your name that contains some endless amount of credit or money on the value of your life as a citizen that you're never told about. And so all you have to do when you want to pay for something is write like some account number or your social security number or something on a check, and everything's just paid for off of like some magical credit.
What?
I'm not even kidding. This is a true belief and something that people that propagate out there. And it's there's a specific phrase for it. I don't recall what it is, but yeah, that's another one of those things those people believe.
Hey, I have a question. Serious question. Should I send my boyfriend edible assholes for Valentine's Day?
I think we need to make our own brand and call them tongue buttered turtle caves. You know, chocolate with a little twist of butter.
Do you think you would appreciate it? Because I feel like you would.
I think it's a great gag gift. Because it's just chocolate. It's just shaped chocolate. That's all it is. It's like the gimmick is just the shape, I guess. Let's see.
But you have to be on irate prostate with certain time. I will be there. I have 23 minutes left. Don't rush me.
That's right. Let's see. Dark Allow says, I believe the term is called sucker. Yeah, that is true. But they actually there's a term for the process of using your special account, and I forget what it was.
Oh my God, Satsu.
Satsu
he said, "Yeah, he can eat the booty like groceries. Do it. That you can literally eat the booty like groceries now."
Oh, gross.
Because I did actually get him that Greek. What is it? Corinthian helmet, and I sent him the note that said, "Remember Troy condoms, whatever with the condoms. This is the only acceptable form of protection, or something."
Oh my God! Jesus. Devil Fruit Zero in chat. What is the difference between children and ISIS? Drones can't tell either. Holy fuck! That's dark, dude.
That's dark chocolate right there.
Oh, fuck. I thought we were just talking about dark chocolate.
That is awesome. Not awesome because kids die. But
she snorted. Oh, she's practicing for cocaine.
The boxes come in packages of 6 anuses.
Let's see. Malevolent Writer says, "Oh, by the way, what is your thoughts on being the Blood Sports Info Champion, Weebo? If you tell me how you want the title, I will make it." That means
being the Blood Sports Info Champion. Well, I could use a belt, honestly, and I would have liked to have claimed a victory with a larger audience. But that being said, I'm glad that I did it, set the man straight, made him take back his words. It made me feel good. I think my dick got about a foot longer because of it. So we gooch.
The Jack Cochran says, so wait, blood sports aren't women wrestlers on their period? Kind of are.
Oh boy.
You guys can take that joke how you want. How do you know when Asians move into your neighborhood, even the Mexicans get... Oh my God. Even the Mexicans get car insurance. This is why you should read them before you read them out loud.
Yeah, exactly.
God damn it.
Devil Fruit Zero. Weebo Jones, have you been tased in your police training?
No, I actually asked about that, and they said that that was a
No, they
safety
did.
issue and that we shouldn't do it. I also asked about the pepper spray stuff too. They told me that they wouldn't probably do it just because that's a no-no. You don't tase the interns.
Don't tase the interns. That's
If they
probably
learn that
good
the
advice.
hard way.
It's probably good advice. Malevolent Rider says, "How do you want your title? You name the design, I'll make it." Okay, well, how do you want your belt, Weebo?
Okay. Wait, you
I like
actually make
BG's idea.
what did BG say?
Make it the garter belt. Yeah.
As long as it can hold like a few knives in it, we're good. I will accept that. Anything below 3 knives is unacceptable. Okay, so the belt, it's got to have knife holsters, right? Okay, that's important. If it's a garter belt or not, it's whatever. It's got to have the belt design itself on the front, because you know that have the wrestling belts that have like a huge cool friggin' design on the front. It's got to have the actual original Weebo robot AI system from the movie Flubber on it. That's very important.
Flubber?
Yes, not Flubber 2.
You mean the Robin Williams one or the old one?
The Robin Williams one.
Oh God.
We have to have not Weebo, the second version, not the red one. The original Weebo. The original Weebo is all that matters. And do that, and I'll be perfect. It's fine.
Let's see. Weebo loves knives. Cream of some young guy, says Mr. Baker. Har har. Satsu says, "I want a belt with a belt painted on it." Beltception.
Get a belt with pants on it.
Yeah, actually, get a belt that has pants built into it. So, like, it's one set. You just pull it up.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
Yeah,
you know what? Make it out of elastic.
Yeah, elastic. Hypnagogic Monk says, "I miss Robin Williams." Yeah, it's, you know, you want to talk about like one of the saddest ends for a celebrity that like was, you know, Robin was one of those celebrities that like I can't think of anything bad to say about him. Like I can't think of like a scandal or a controversy or anything that ever sort of marred his image. He's just one of those guys that was just sort of forever golden, you know.
Yeah, just he had a really bad drug problem in the 80s, but he kicked that. And
yeah, that's not a mark against his character necessarily, though. So
Jack Cochran says he's been tased. Jack, I'm not surprised by that fact, but why did you get tased? You will have it by Monday, Weebo. If not, Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
You know, I'm on the Edible Anus website right now, and their tagline is "The anus that made Britain great."
All right.
Which I think is fitting.
They should have some with corn in them.
Oh!
Barf!
You nasty. Monkey,
corny. Cornier than squirrel shit. Or I nuttier than squirrel shit. Never mind.
What the fuck?
Bloodwing said he just caught up with my Twitter. Yeah, I had fun. That's
You're
what
a
I do.
savage simian lesbian? Oh.
I am a lesbian. Don't forget that, guys.
Yeah.
You're a lesbian?
I am.
All right,
He'll have sex with women.
I have come out publicly as lesbian. There's a video on it.
Oh yeah, you do. There's a Pornhub video of you coming out in public.
Oh my god.
Okay, how can anybody still get? This is something that amazes me because it happens with my wife too. By now, you guys should know me, and there shouldn't be anything I can really say that makes you surprised. So, the corn thing, corn and chocolate. How do you know that's not good?
Chocolate corn. Blech. Let's see.
Where do you think Pebbles is right now?
Probably
Dead.
turning into a giant mutant hamster.
I hope so.
Or Splinter is teaching it how to kill Shredder.
Okay, Satsu, I think we're talking about different things there.
What? I'm reading the chat like, Satsu, what are you talking about?
I think need to not.
I think it's about me being savage, savage lesbian.
Jenna P makes a good point. Chocolate popcorn is a thing.
True.
That is true.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Biting Chicken says, in the hamster wheel in the sky. Oh.
Wheel in the sky, keep on turning.
Oh,
the journey.
I don't know where I'll be tomorrow.
Whoa.
What?
Breaking out with the tunes there.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We sing happy birthday.
Cartman
We can't sing a little wheel in the sky. Yep.
Satsu or Scribe sings all the time. You can sing whatever the hell you want.
Thank you.
I
judging
didn't say nothing. I was just surprised is all. I haven't heard Weebo sing that much before.
We're in format. It's okay.
It's actually one of my favorite songs.
Really? It's one of my least favorite they do.
You can suck my nuts.
Whoa. Corn nuts?
You can lick my corn. How's that?
Oh. Jack Cochran says, Pebbles rules the underworld as King Pebbles the First. Those who defile his sewer realm must face his wrath. Oh,
Pebbles was a female.
Was she? Okay.
You just misgender Pebbles.
Well, I have to write the eulogy, so I
15 years in the gulag.
In the
to help you out, Scribe, in her last moments, she was afraid.
Yes.
That's what the crazy college lady told us.
Yes, I already have some ideas for the eulogy given her exit from this world. So
I gotta give it up. Pebbles obviously did a good job, and I can prove it.
Okay.
This woman had to flush Pebbles down the toilet. This is her emotional support animal, right?
Yes.
And she only cried for 10 minutes.
Sorry.
I feel like Pebbles did a great job and should be
Weebo,
remembered.
your laugh is adorable. It gives me life.
I love the snort.
You know, me too.
I really do. I'm not making fun when I say that.
No, I know. I do too. I'm not being self-deprecating when I say that.
Bloodwing says, Weebo Corn Liquor Jones.
God damn it.
God, that is so fucking gross, Monkey. Why would you say that?
That should go on her belt. That should go on her belt as her fight name.
Wait, what is wrong with me?
Corn Liquor Jones.
How did I become the bad guy in this situation?
You're the oldest one here.
Okay.
There you go. You're the oppressive adult. You're the principal at the Breakfast Club.
Satsu said his sister had a hamster that committed suicide.
That happens sometimes with hamsters.
Was it because y'all are black?
Jesus. Holy shit, Monkey.
Oh, I don't want to hear it. If you guys want to hear some fucked up racist shit, come listen to Satsu on our stream.
No, I believe it.
Satsu is horrible.
Well, so are you saying you all right? I learned it by watching you.
Yes.
Okay. Satsu's a bad influence. Yeah. Did you ever see that
racist motherfucker?
You ever see that movie Bad Influence with Lawrence Fishburne?
No.
Oh, it's great. It's a little dated now. Obviously, it's like 90s crime drama thing, but it's great. Let's see. So Weebo Corn Liquor Jones on the titles is Malevolent Writer.
Toast says, "Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry."
I was just gonna say that Donald Trump's presidency is like an extended version of The Apprentice. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You quit.
Oh, we didn't talk about that story. We should probably hit that real quick.
What, Omarosa?
Yeah, but real quick, Aether Toast said one of my hamsters ate half of the other one.
Oh,
yeah, they can be cannibalistic, depending.
Oh boy.
At that point, why didn't you leave it the other half?
Oh my god.
He already. It's not like you were gonna save it, and I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm just thinking of saving money on food.
You're roboting a bit, Monkey. At least for me, he is.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Cassie.
It wasn't for me.
Just a little bit.
Satsu's hamster wasn't street enough to live.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Point Curation. Slurs and being racist are not precisely the same. You're right. You're right. Because some things are jokes and other things are meant to be racist.
Oh, wow. Satsu says, well, he tried to get the cat to do it first, but the cat took pity on him. This hamster had a death wish.
I'm being ordered to sing happy birthday.
To who?
To who?
To Hypnagogic Monk.
Wait, birthday to my son Trap?
Your son's a trap?
I think he's joking. Unless you named your kid, you really did name your kid Trap, because then you're a horrible person. What were you going to say about Omarosa, Monkey?
Oh, we just didn't cover the story at all. And for those of you who don't know, she made some very vague claims about how horrible everything is inside the Trump White House on the show Big Brother.
Yeah, wasn't it that she she was whispering and it was like a hot mic and like I know
always a hot mic.
Well,
it's one of those situations where it's like I'm pretty sure she knew she was being recorded.
Yeah.
Oh, if you go in that house, you were recorded 24/7, and you know that.
Yeah.
That's like
So
ew.
she's full of shit, but the girl knows how to sell herself. I'll put that out there.
She's a reality TV star. Of course she does.
Yeah, most of them don't know how to do it. She does. She is very adept at it.
Let's see. Satsu says, I'll tell you guys the hamster story during the stream tonight. Oh, plug to go watch Satsu and Monkey kill zombies while Satsu talks about dead hamsters.
You know, I
In
too have a
9
stream
minutes.
later tonight.
Oh, well,
9
people have to
minutes.
make a decision. It's like, are you going to go watch Weebo or are you going to go watch Monkey and Satsu? I guess.
I'll be on with Irate Prostate and Sir Adamantine.
Ooh. Adamantine.
I think.
Like
Like
let's see.
Clementine.
Jack Gunsky says, everyone thought Trump would bring reality TV to the White House, but he brought the White House to reality TV. Well, one of the first things I said after Trump won was like, CNN's going to become BuzzFeed, and the White House will become a reality show. And it really is now, with all these leavings and all these scandals and dramas and, domestic abuses and, memos and stuff. It's silly.
Oh my God.
Satsu threw down the gauntlet.
Uh-oh.
Fight me,
Go,
Weebo.
Satsu. Kumite right now.
My money's on the black guy. Always bet on the black guy.
No. You want to bet on the midget?
Conor McGregor fans learn that.
With the 40-foot schlong will take you fucking down.
No. Passenger 57 taught us to always bet on black.
That's true.
Yes.
That was a good movie. Underrated.
It was a movie.
It was a good movie.
I watched that again recently, like a couple of years ago, and it was like, this was better in my memory.
No, it's one of those movies that is bad to the point that I like it.
Oh, speaking of which, next Sunday you want to do Ice Pirates?
Yeah.
Can you get that on Amazon or streaming or whatever?
Yeah, if not, I'll get it ordered.
Okay, yeah, it came pretty quick. I got it Amazon Prime, and it was like a day and a half.
Thank you, W.R. Costin. I do have a sexier voice than Satsu, so I do win.
Hi-oh. Depends on who you are, I guess.
I have a sexy voice.
Says you. So
and also a 41-foot long schlong.
Oh my God.
For those of you who are listening and didn't know, Weebo has a sexual attraction to chickens.
No, I don't.
I did a whole ad about it.
God fucking... Wait, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, no, you sent it to me, didn't you?
I think so.
Judge Death. Can we say Pebbles was drowned by another person's sorrows?
Oh.
Yes, we can. And their foot.
I'm going to have to integrate some of these things into the eulogy I have to write because they're just too good.
Satsu wants to know if you're sword fighting. Again, I'm betting on the black guy.
But I have the 41-foot long schlong.
But you're whiter than I am, girl.
And?
I'm just saying.
Wait, no. You're Irish.
Yeah.
Right? That's more north than any of the places that my ancestors hailed from, so fuck you.
But you're still white as fuck. I've seen you.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm only really pale because my mom was really pale. My dad is freaking dark as hell. Like
dark as hell.
He is.
I was just fucking around. I thought you actually were kind of dark, but okay.
Yeah, no, my mom is freaking pasty. My dad is a lot darker. So I'm kind of like in between that.
Jesus Christ, Jack. Jack Gunsky. Pebbles died as he lived, drowning in someone's tears.
Yeah.
Thank
Jack.
you, Ace Phoenix. Weebo Jones equals finger licking good. Oh Lord.
Okay.
No.
Yuck.
Satsu says,
Sounds like a
girth,
triple
Weebo,
unlock.
girth.
And I can just imagine like Weebo's boyfriend. He's like, he looks up at her and says, "Wow, tastes like chicken."
God fucking damn.
Thoughts on from the dryer? Ice Pirates not on Netflix, not on Amazon Prime. Well,
Okay,
no, it's
I'll
not.
have to order.
Yeah, well, you mean get on Amazon Prime order? Like it's $10 DVD. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did SDA die? Says Jordan 250. I don't know. I don't think we have a toilet big enough.
Are you going to drown SDA in the toilet?
No, I just saying.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
That's how you bury people at sea now. You just
Drown them in a toilet.
I don't
Guys,
know.
Scribe wants to kill me.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with your corpse.
Only if he can't get you on the plane.
I don't like that. Oh my god. What the fuck?
Watch out, guys. When
Things that are
VidCon
not
comes, there might be
okay.
an alternative.
Oh, God.
Also, we have to discuss, are we actually all going to try to go to VidCon this year?
I'm going to try to go, yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm not trying to go. I'm going.
Okay, well, we need to coordinate like arrangements and stuff because at some point here, the earlier we get that squared away, the better.
We'll chat after the stream.
Okay.
I'm so alone.
You can go to VidCon too if you want.
I'm going to Greece and then the Kings
No.
Royal and Wisconsin. So I'm like booked.
Oh, okay. You're going to Greece.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, if anyone wants to hang out in Greece, let's hang out in Greece. Or you know what? In the middle of the sprint car races, if you find yourself in the middle of nowhere, I think it's in Ohio, hit me up.
Hypnogogic Monk says $10 for Ice Pirates. I can watch Butt Pirates for free. I don't even know what that is. Is that a thing?
What?
I don't know.
Is that on Pornhub?
I prefer X videos. Thank you very much.
VidCon is gay, says Hypnagogic Monk. Well, but it'd be the only like good excuse to finally meet my co-hosts. So and like take a vacation because I never take vacations. So
you should probably take a vacation.
Jack Cochran says, "Do you think they'll let me fly with my support alpaca?" Yes, and then they'll tell you yes, and then you'll get there and they'll say no, and you'll have to try to shove your alpaca down a toilet.
You know how hard it is to get an alpaca in a toilet?
Yeah, no kidding.
No, I'm not into butt sex.
Calvin Robinson
That's
says,
not what you've told us before.
Which VidCon are you going to? The California one, I believe.
What I said was and you gotta listen to me very carefully, Monkey, all right? Because I know you have problems with this.
You said you like it in the butt. I remember.
I said I liked it the Greek way. For some reason, that was interpreted as butt sex, but my boyfriend is Greek. You forget.
Well, that means you could have butt sex with your boyfriend.
Oh my God! Are you saying that Greeks are predominantly all about that booty?
It's what going Greek is.
Because let me tell you. My boyfriend is a boobs man, not an ass.
Okay. Well, with that revelation, guys, thank you for coming out tonight. Everybody in chat, thank you so much for the donations. I'll be working on get those ads ready for tomorrow night. Thank you, moderators, for keeping an eye on things, as you always do, the unsung heroes of the stream. Monkey, SDA, as always, thank you for joining me. Weebo, for coming out to visit with us tonight with all of your chicken grease.
Thank you for having me, Scribe.
Oh, I'll have you later.
God damn it.
Guys, tomorrow night, as usual, we'll be on Monkey's channel at the same Lords of the Night time. And with that, just to let you know, your lives make us sad. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Don't forget to go watch 2 Cents Live.
Oh, yes.
Don't forget to watch
2 Cents Plus.
Yeah, so
2
follow,
Cents Plus.
follow Weebo over to Irate Prostate's channel, correct?
Yep.
Or go
Or
to
follow
2 cents plus.
Or follow Monkey and Satsu over to 2 cents plus for zombie massacres and hamster stories. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.